Hello, hello, Sarah V here on your weekly video email. I just want to tell you that my birthday is officially finished. I was just in my manifesting circle every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. And we were actually, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been talking about my birthday for a really long time. So I just want to officially tell you that my birthday is over until next year. But I feel like the celebration of my whole year is kind of ongoing. Um, so today, as you know, and I'm hoping that everybody is watching their weekly, regular emails and your video emails, that we're talking about the 10 tools that I share in my book. And hey, did you know that I have a book coming out on September 27th? Books.sarahv.com. I was joking with my manifesting all my no matter what women that come in my circle every Sunday, that I have a book coming out on the 27th, and books.sarahv.com is the portal that I'm encouraging anybody that is interested, that wants to know, when they can actually access my book, my physical copies. That is the portal that you can find out all the information. I have a gift in there, which is my favorite clearing the reservoir meditation. Also, I'm going to be offering a VIP online book launch party on the 27th. So you have a free ticket to that. There's some other exciting things that I'm going to be sharing in September, leading up. We are now, officially 29 days until my book launch. So don't worry, I will be reminding you. But this is so exciting, and last week, or last Friday, I shared with you tool number 6, which is all about letting go. And it's very appropriate for me right now because I have my manuscript from my publishing house that I am editing in order for them to go to copy, and then to lay out, and then also to print. So the letting go, I am in a letting go, because of course, what editing is obviously is to check for any punctuation, for spelling, if there's anything that I wanted to add. But after a while, you have to just let go. And if mistakes show up, which sometimes they do, that's just the way it is. But this perfectionism, I really have let go of, and whatever it is, it is. There's going to be judges, there's going to be critics, there's going to be people saying, oh, why didn't you do it that way? Of course. But the letting go is really an important thing to invite in, what we want to make space for, or what is actually waiting for us. So we have to let go in order to make that space. But that was Friday. Today, your tool number 7 is kind of the reason why, I wrote the book in the first place, in a way. Is the tool number 7 is breaking our cycles, becoming a cycle breaker. So, because when we become a cycle breaker, we don't pass our patterns on to the next generation. And in chapter 7 of this book that is coming out on the 27th of September, books.sarahv.com, I share, and all these stories that I wrote about, are now like really coming to life, because I'm rereading, and I'm like, oh wow, that is just makes so much sense. So, breaking the cycles. And in chapter 7, I share stories about how I did not pass on my patterns to my children, especially. I'm sure there's patterns that did slip through, but for some reason, I was always really aware of not continuing the patterns that I definitely inherited from my beloved, beautiful mother. And this is so important, because this is why patterns just keep passing on from generation to generation. You know, the epigenetics of cycle breaking is that remembering that we hold on to 3 generations of unhealed pain and trauma. So, breaking the cycles. There is a reason why I wrote this book, because I really feel as if um, we don't want to pass on what we've experienced in our lives, and if you don't have biological children, you can still pass on your patterns to people that you meet, maybe children, nieces, nephews, whatever. It does not have to be um our biological children. That we can pass on our cycles to strangers, to friends. So, we want to break our cycles so that we don't pass on, our pain to somebody else. Because energetically, that's what we're doing. When we are feeling rage or anger or being impatient in the grocery line, or road rage, those are our patterns. Those are the emotions that our body is so used to feeling because of what we've been thinking. Our mind body connection has been something, incredibly tied together. So when we break the cycles, we start training our bodies that, we don't have to feel like that anymore. We don't have to, be triggered by something that happened to us in the past. So breaking our cycles, this is one of the reasons why I wrote this book, and why it's so important for my message to get out there to as many people as possible. Because, breaking our cycles is what we all have the ability to do. Sometimes we think it's impossible. How do we ever do that? But the reason why I'm sharing all these tools now and also in my book is because this is what I used to become the official cycle breaker, in all these videos, in my book, in my message. I can say that I am a cycle breaker. Do you want to be one as well? Hopefully the answer is yes. So anyway, so tool number 7 is breaking our cycles. And we do that by all the tools that I've used, or I've shared with you in the past couple of weeks. So one other thing I wanted to talk to you about, of course, this next 29 days is going to be a lot about my book and, the messages. And I hope that you're following on my Facebook page, Sarah VIE, and also on my Instagram, which is Sarah_V_LLC on Instagram. Where else am I? I have a YouTube channel now. I'm going to be focusing in on that, but a lot of the trainings are in there. But remember, books.sarahv.com is just the portal where you get access to knowing when exactly, if you are going to very generously purchase my book on the 27th. We're going to give you information as to when you can purchase. And then after the book is purchased, you will get a huge gift from me, which my amazing assistant is helping me. I call her my creative director. She was just with me on my photo shoot last week. But we both have created this beautiful resource page when you purchase the book, which is all, giving you all these healing modalities. I've got sound healing. I have a quiz in there that will show you, if you take the quiz, where you might be blocked. There is that meditation again that I've shared with you here. There are recipes of ways of healing yourself through food. And there is my music playlist that is in there to kind of break your state if you're feeling very low energy. But this music has helped me throughout all the energies that I've been healing. There's upbeat music, there's very, soft, calming music. And what else is in there? Oh, there's a bunch of other things I can't think about. But when you purchase a book, that is a gift. And another thing is that I have decided that the proceeds, or part of the proceeds for my book, I'm going to be donating to this beautiful organization, run by Dolly Parton. I have always loved Dolly Parton. I've always loved her energy. I've loved her message. And she runs this charity, nonprofit. The name has slipped my mind, but I'll be telling you about it more. I promise. But part of the proceeds will go to her organization, where she has this library for little children. And I think it really, really appropriate for me to donate part of the proceeds, because I really believe that if we can break the cycles within us first, we can actually help children to not have to then break their own cycles when they get, my ancient age of 59. So we start the cycle breaking when they're, very young. So I thought that'd be such a great charity to donate some of the profits to. So I'll be telling you more about that closer to the date. Remember, there are 29 more days. Well, actually, when you are watching this, it'll be 28 days. But who's counting, right? uh, for you to get onto books.crv.com. And then I'm going to be running a contest of whoever has the most people to join, like family and friends, and then sharing it on social media, will win. Actually, it's going to be a financial prize, because I know, the abundance of money definitely speaks. So I'm going to be giving away a prize for the person who creates the most people to come into books.crv.com. It is so important to me to get as many people out there to know that my book is available for them also to break their cycles. And I have to say, after reading my book for, I think this is about the fourth time, it's a really funny story. It's my memoir, of course. There's some bits that are definitely more vulnerable than others, but it's a really funny story. I think I've lived a really fun life. So I hope that, I have you in there. And if you don't want to, but you know somebody else that wants to, please forward this, books.crv.com. How many times can I say that in one video? But I so appreciate it. And I really hope that you are I cannot wait for you to read this. All right. So thank you so much. Tool number 7, breaking our cycles so we don't pass them on to the next generation. Okay. Take care. Bye bye.